Welcome, everyone, to Tennessee Fan Talk. I'm your host, Brandon Bird, alongside the Duke. Maybe a little sickly Duke today, but
Hey, we're pressing through.
but still here, alive, and somewhat well. We want to thank you for tuning in. Appreciate all the love here lately, especially on the podcast. Thank you so much, listeners, for increasing those listens. Thanks for sharing and diving in. Guys, if you're listening and want to get in on this live show, we record it every Sunday night. We're running a little bit late tonight, and of course, last week was a bye week that we took full advantage of and spent a little time out trick-or-treating as well. If you want in, just message us on any social platform with I want in. If you're joining us live on the live stream, same thing goes for you. Just click or just type in I want in. We'll send you a link and get you into the show today. If you are watching, make sure you, whether it's live or watching it later, look down below, hit the subscribe and the notification button, and get notified of all of our weekly shows and some shorts that we're going to be putting out here soon. If you want to go a step further, whether you're listening to the podcast or the live stream, check out the link in the description to support the show. We appreciate every little bit helps. Duke, you could just see the sickness in the Duke's face.
I have what's called Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer disease when I get sick. My nose gets red. Boy, does it get red.
You froze up, so hopefully you're plugged in with wire.
I am.
Because you are nice and frozen.
I got a 10 out of 10 connection.
Yeah, I see that. That's just it. Let's see if we can. Maybe not. Guys, before we get into the rundown this week, let's talk about these Tennessee Vols jumping in against the Kentucky Wildcats. They were 6-2 at the time, taking them down to 6-3 now. What about the time of possession? Let's just start with that. Dude, did you see that? It was 46 minutes time of possession for Kentucky.
99 plays.
A school history, 99 plays. And Tennessee had the ball for right at 14 minutes and was still able to walk away with the win. That says a lot, going against this Kentucky defense. Kentucky has played very well. Of course, when you say they've lost the last 3 in a row, that's kind of, are you sure they're playing well?
Par for the course for Kentucky.
It was the story of their lives. Cinderella season.
Back to the coal mines they go.
Down the drain.
That's still one of the best seasons they'll ever have. Hey, since Tim Couch, is that his name?
I think so.
Too bad we had Peyton Manning during those times. And I also seen the meme going across the internet saying, I got 99 plays, but a win ain't one. You know what I'm saying? I saw that going across the internet yesterday. That's not me now.
The little message there from Radrington. The Duke doesn't get sick. Sickness gets the Duke.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
There we go. For a little bit of stats, Hendon Hooker, 15 for 20, 316 yards, 4 touchdowns with 0 interceptions. His quarterback ranking 75.3. When was the last time though that we had the true elite quarterback?
Casey Clausen.
I mean, you had a dual threat with Dobbs. You
No.
just maybe
Casey
just did.
Clausen. Eric
Oh,
Ainge, maybe. No, I'm just kidding. Tyler Bray, maybe.
Will Levis, whatever, 31 for 49, 372 yards, 3 touchdowns. That interception dropped his quarterback ranking down to 69 and a half.
Great number.
They had 225 carries on the ground, and we only had 145, 316 receiving yards, of course. Velais Jones with 100, Tillman 79, Peyton 78. I love that it's a trend of Peyton grabbing that first quick touchdown pass every
Set the
game.
tone. Set the tone.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Here's something that you have to work on, especially going into next week against Georgia, is Hendon Hooker had 3 fumbles. Only lost one of them to Kentucky. You can't do that next week.
No. Nope, can't do that.
Because it will be full on recover 4 touchdowns.
Yep. I mean, when was the last time they gave a touchdown up? 1922.
We ended up with Tennessee with 3 tackles for loss. We normally lead that. Kentucky, because of some of the backfield struggles that Tennessee had, Kentucky ended up with 6 tackles for loss in this game. So we'll see where that lands Tennessee in their ranking, because they were number 1 in the SEC at least. And that's all the major stats we need to get into. Another stat that is flying around the internet is everyone talking about Will and his "why didn't you call the face mask?"
Yep.
And if they really want to cry about it, really, I mean, there was a whole lot of other stuff that was not called.
There was hands to the face all night. So I mean, once again, if we want to go
mean,
back to the Ole Miss game, what goes around comes around. Ball don't lie.
Yeah, exactly. Their offensive line got away with so many holds, so many face masks, hands to the face. Unreal. So, one missed face mask. Come on, welcome to the club. Welcome to the club.
Yeah, I mean, they still got the first down, right? Even though it was a missed call. So, I mean, they still convert on the first down on the next play, correct? If I remember correctly.
They did.
So, null and void. Who cares?
Yes, they did. I'm getting a couple of these things ready to roll here.
Enough.
We had a show last week and
I would have picked Kentucky. I'm not gonna lie, I'd have picked Kentucky.
Well, I wouldn't have.
I know you've been picking them since you've been picking Tennessee.
It was Tennessee all the way. I was very, very excited about it. Of course, coming up this next week, I'm not too excited about it.
You want to pick them again?
No, I'm not. I'm not going to pick them again. However,
I'll pick them to cover.
The missus and I will be sitting, thanks in part to Mr. Williams for allowing me to purchase his tickets. Thank you very much. They're Imitation Lane train. So we'll be sitting in that very cold, very wet Neyland Stadium, along with 102 other thousand people.
Is it supposed to rain Saturday? Because I've debated on going.
As of now, it's 45 degrees and some rain.
Oh, sounds like Georgia defense weather. If I ever heard of one.
What I'm worried about is they showed this past week. I mean, even though JT Daniels just came in just to come in, JT Daniels is capable of coming in, and that scares me. If we can get Stetson Bennett on lock, or Grayson Bennett, as some of the guests call it. That was hilarious, Casey. That was absolutely hilarious, and I love how he handled it too when he was called out. If we get him under control and then JT Daniels comes in and changes it all up, we'd start all over.
I mean, as long as we play respectable, I'm okay with it.
So, had we had a show last week, going back to this.
Yep.
You would have loved some of this. Missouri with 6.
Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm.
You know, Florida getting beat, which we all
20 to
love.
20 to 14, Auburn. I mean, Alabama,
Uh,
LSU.
Auburn with just 3.
Bo Nix shows his
That
real
was
self.
all. I mean, I'm sitting here like, man,
Bo
I'm,
Nix
s-
shows his real self.
I hated that we did not have a show.
I could have went and dressed up, I could have went and dressed as kicker for Mississippi State. I mean, my
did
Swanee.
Did you see the oldest drug dealer in the world, Michael Leach, talking about they're going to have open tryouts? Anyone can schedule a time and come in and try out to be a kicker,
Yeah,
and he's not kidding.
no,
I think
I saw that because I saw it because he verbatimly said anybody that passes the NC2A. How he says NC2A. He doesn't
two
say
A,
it. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, he's just he's just rolling on Molly all the time kind of guy.
Oh, dude.
I mean, it was a great weekend. And Florida, crap in the bed. I love it. Dan Mullen, hasta la bye bye.
Oh, when you get beat that bad by a team that has not scored more than 20 the entire season,
The transfer quarterback, first start of the season.
I mean, well, and that, this year everything goes. For some reason, there's just so many ups and downs. I mean, you look at Texas A&M when they beat Alabama with Calzada coming in there, hurt and backup quarter. No one knew who he was. So you never know. Yeah, no one knew who Peyton Manning was when he had to start
I
game
do
one.
believe we're second in the East right now. Check the stats. I think we're second in the East.
No, because
No.
they're no. So it's 9-0, 6-3, 5-4. So we're still
Oh,
third.
who's 6-3? Kentucky?
Kentucky, yeah.
Oh,
And they go to Vanderbilt this weekend,
yeah. Well, Vanderbilt's gonna win.
so they're what?
Hey,
So they they'll remain in second, and then I can't believe that I'm saying this because South Carolina has been in the dumps, but we're actually tied with them overall.
who they play in the West this year?
South Carolina,
Yeah.
I think they play Ole Miss this week. Do they not?
Oh, they'll get the doors blown off of them. But we're gonna get the doors blown off us. So
In the West, let's see, there's the Florida. Okay. They play Auburn. I'm sorry. So they play Mizzou this week. They play Auburn next, and then they play Clemson.
they might beat Clemson. I mean, I haven't been keeping up with it, but they might beat Clemson.
I would love nothing other.
Well, I mean, I'm pulling for Clemson.
Nah.
Nah.
And speaking of Clemson and the ACC, I did have a pretty awesome little what if scenario, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to
Oh,
hold
for the
it.
bowl game for us?
No, I'm going to hold it until next week. We get a guest on, and you're not, coughing up your lungs.
Hopefully not. I've been cranking the daggum emergency like it's going out of style.
Go get your COVID test.
I've already had it. We're good.
You've had the test.
No. I've had the COVID.
Oh well, then,
We're good.
all gravy, all gravy. Of course, Georgia beats up Missouri 43-6. They look fantastic. Ole Miss and Liberty, I don't even know. Yeah, that not
Hugh
even worth.
Freeze's return back to Oxford
And getting that butt whooped.
with the Christian boys.
A&M beaten. We already talked about Auburn only getting 3. Arkansas, Mississippi State with a close one. Couple missed kicks that turned that game around. LSU holding on to Alabama for a while. Alabama eventually coming back out and winning it. And of course, we talked about South Carolina and Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So next week is week 11.
Okay.
And we've got a slew of games.
Okay.
We've gone through everybody's bye. Let's see here. We got We're all playing. Everybody's playing next week. So let's start it off just real quick. We'll go through this. We're at the 15-minute mark now, and then we'll jump heavily into the Georgia at Tennessee CBS game of the week. The first one let's not even talk about. Let's just give our score. It's pretty bad when Alabama does not hold that ESPN or CBS spot because it's at home against New Mexico State.
Who now? Sorry, I was reading the comment.
Alabama and New Mexico State.
42-3. Alabama. Boots on the ground.
I would love nothing other than Arch Manning going to UT, but I highly doubt that happens.
I don't think he fits the idea of what we're trying to do now.
I don't think that happens. And Fall State, he can't wait to walk into work and give the Kentucky fans hell. Have at it. Have at it. I love the rivalry between the two. And
taxes, and Kentucky gets beat by Tennessee in football, and now basketball. Guarantees in life. Death, taxes, Kentucky gets beat by UT.
I love that Kentucky's basketball team gets its first loss on its first game coming up.
Who they play?
Duke.
Duke stinks.
It's Coach K's last year.
Oh, we're going to find out what kind of person Coach K really is once he retires.
There could have been. Give me this Alabama, New Mexico State. Fat Marge. Yeah. Fat Marge down there in Louisiana, which I want to talk to. We're
getting sidetracked here.
I can't do it because the comments are hilarious. And I do agree with you that Rick Barnes is Kentucky's daddy.
42-3 Alabama. Or New Mexico State 42-3. Lock it in.
Oh, you're going with just the field goal.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. No, I got to give it a little bit more than that, and I'm going to say 52-7.
Oh, garbage time touchdown, huh?
Yeah. Just a little garbage time. Mississippi State at Auburn.
Ooh, that you never know what you're gonna
get. You don't. You don't know. It is the ESPN game at noon.
Where are they playing at?
That's a rough one. They're playing at Auburn.
Okay, because Starkville stinks.
That's number 17 at number 13. That's a rough one. Rad Remington, pop it in. Let's see what you said.
Mark Stoops walks like a penguin. Interesting.
I love that he got in trouble. You know, that he got the penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct. I love it.
Well, there was going to be a makeup call there, but I mean, my man was dropping the F word in the referee's ear all night long. His mama must not raised him in church or something. You don't cuss every other word, especially in the SEC. Obviously, we're very godly people, especially up there in Kentucky, Church of Christ kind of people. You know, maybe handling a couple snakes up there in the mountain. We don't know. Nope, 41-26 from Rad Rim. 41-26. Who? Mississippi State or Auburn?
Yeah, you kind of
who?
Use your imagination. Someone's gonna have 41, and someone's gonna have 26.
I give it 41-26 Auburn. I'll go with his score just because I like it.
I'm 38-35. Mississippi State, and it's because they brought in some new kicker.
You can never tell what kind of Bo Nix you're going to get. When he's good, I'm not going to lie, he's good. But he's not good very often.
When he's good, he's good. But the game tape was shown. You know, you get him, get in his head, and mess him up.
William and Mary. Who's the next game? Hit me with the next game. I can't breathe.
You said Auburn.
Yeah,
Okay.
Auburn. I'll go with
Okay.
Red Raven to score, but I'm going Auburn.
Samford at Florida. This is on
Who?
Samford
I think they're
at
from South Carolina.
at Florida. This is on SEC Network Plus or ESPN Plus, the app.
It's behind the paywall.
Florida not getting TV time. That's fantastic.
What's the spread? Do you have it in front of
I
you?
do not have it in front of me. Not that I would ever even want that in front of me.
Irritable bowel syndrome for Bo Nix out here on the street. Florida, Stanford. 37-3 Florida.
Really?
That's a safety involved there, by the way.
Okay. At the same time that you said that. Oh, yeah, I am going to pick Florida as well. I'm not going to go as high. 28-7 Florida. Yes, I agree with you. Yes. I wish Tennessee is the Tennessee we have now that has learned and have played with one another, and they're just gelling. They're just gelling.
I mean,
and we would tear them up. Just tear them up.
I agree, and we say that this year, but this is the first time in a long time that we've got better throughout the year. Let's be honest. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
We haven't been good out through the year, especially since when you come to the end of the Butch Jones eras, and there's nobody's giving a damn, or they're coming to the Jeremy Pruitt, nobody's giving a damn. They're eating McDonald's. They're going downhill.
Win 3 last year, and then come in this year, and we're gonna win. At a minimum 7.
Better watch out for Vanderbilt.
Oh, but if
crazier things have happened.
No, that was just last week. Crazy was just this past week when college football was on fire.
Where's the Vandy UT game at? Is it at UT or at Vanderbilt?
I feel like it's at UT this year. I'll have to look. South Carolina at Missouri, the SEC 4 Eastern game, SEC Network.
South Carolina's on a roll.
South Carolina is a roll. I'm going to pick South Carolina.
Yeah.
Maybe in that 35-21 range.
Yeah, Missouri's always a disappointment for some reason. Like you don't have very many hopes up for them, but you're like, you just kind of like maybe they got a chance, and you're like, nah, probably not.
Basilak's out.
Like, is he hurt or they pull him?
Yeah, he's hurt.
Who's the backup?
Don't know.
Who's the coach's name again?
Eli Drinkowitz.
Guy from App State.
Eli Drinkowitz. Bet he's missing that job.
Probably. 28-27 South Carolina.
Really?
Yeah, it's gonna be close.
You just rolling dice and hoping that it comes
out.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna watch it, so
the big 7:00 ESPN game, number 14 Texas A&M at number 16 Ole Miss. This one is gonna be one.
Over under 7 cramp delay games.
Oh. Yeah, yes. Well, that's only if they're moving fast. I don't think Texas A&M moves that fast, so it's not a big one.
A&M, I'd say Ole Miss will win. I think Ole Miss is going to win.
Oh, here's where we're splitting because I'm going A&M.
It's going to be 42-28 Ole Miss. A&M still, 42-28 Ole Miss.
I said 48. I'm sorry, I said 40. 41-38.
Yeah, just A&M's too streaky.
We got Red coming in. Red, here he is. There he is, right here. 34-28. Oh, okay. Your favorite one, number 18, Kentucky, against unranked Vanderbilt on ESPN two,
Kentucky's going to be
7 o'clock.
unranked. Are they already came back out with the rankings? They're still ranked.
No, this is the new ranking. Yeah,
They're
I think
still 18th.
they're still, yeah.
Do they play Vanderbilt?
They play at Vanderbilt.
35-3 Kentucky. So they play at Kentucky.
No, they play at Vanderbilt.
No, they play at Kentucky.
What?
I mean, you're missing the point here.
Oh,
Nobody's going to go watch them. It's probably going. They probably need to call Kentucky. They're going Krogering. That's what they need to start calling when they play away. They're going Krogering. You know the stickers they used to give out. I've been Krogering.
yes. See if that chat overlay works so I can quit clicking them and they'll just show up automatically. So watch your language, boys. There it goes.
Vandy zero. Kentucky doesn't show up, dude.
So give me your real Kentucky one because
Me?
I'm with you on the Vandy zero. No,
Oh,
Red Remington. I'm with you on the zero, but I want to see what you really think about Kentucky. What was yours, Duke?
35-3. I think is what I said. I know I said 3 for sure.
I'm going to go 42-6.
Is that 2 field goals or a missed extra point?
No, that's a missed extra point.
Okay.
Got to go with you on that one. Kickers are just botching it up everywhere, so might as well.
Yeah. No respect for the kickers, though. I respect them.
And the last game before we get into our own, Arkansas visiting LSU, where Ed Ogeron is back just to finish out the year.
Yeah, he's a lame duck coach. You know what they say.
That's the weird. I mean, when they say you're gone, and then you come back.
Well, they kind of set up. They kind of set up the whole time. There's somebody else doing a lame duck deal. Who is it? TCU's coach. They kind of part ways with that guy. It's been down there since he sat beside Jesus in the second grade. I don't even know his name, but he's been down there forever. And they was like, because I remember in the mid 2010-ish, all they were talking about TCU, and they'd always get good, and they'd get beat, you know. But they didn't play anybody. And then they got in the Big 12. Never won the thing, maybe a couple of times. Played in the Rose Bowl a couple of times. I remember that. They got terrible jerseys. Purple didn't really go for me. I think Arkansas beats LSU.
Oh, Red Remington pops in, says Arkansas 17, LSU 24. And I do agree with you. Edo embarrassed Saban. He really did. And there was just any combination of two plays that went different, and LSU wins that game.
It depends on how many different girlfriends he brings to practice this week.
And how many of them are the chancellor's wife and pregnant?
Well, don't hate the player, hate the game. 21-13 Arkansas.
You think that LSU only puts up 13 points?
I do. I think Arkansas's defense is better than that. I'm over here watching the Titans game with the mute on. They're up 14-3.
Really? Because I was expecting them not to win that game.
Yeah, everybody disrespects the Titans, and I'm getting sick and tired of it.
It was just the Henry loss that did it for me.
That's the most replaceable position in NFL is the running back.
Not him though. Not him.
He's good, but nobody's that good. Nobody's that good at the running back.
That dude breaks someone's neck with a stiff arm. He's a bus.
I mean,
he's a bus going through there. How is Peterson doing?
I mean, he's probably got 15 or 20 yards. No, he's got 15 or 20 on the ground, running it, and probably 5 or 10 receiving. You know, just don't drop the ball, kind of thing.
Don't drop the ball.
Do me a couple chip blocks, and we'll be good. Anyway, go ahead. Who's next? Our game.
The next one is ours. Number 1 Georgia visiting Neyland Stadium, Tennessee. 102,000. It's got to be sold out. It's got to be. There's going to be a lot of red there.
I don't know why. Georgia fans are by far the worst. I mean, I hate Alabama the most, and then I hate Kentucky, then I hate Florida, then I hate Georgia. But Georgia's fans are by far the worst.
Well,
By far.
That's because week in and week out they have to go to Athens. Have you been to that place?
I have. It's a terrible place. It's kind of like an arena style. It's underneath the ground, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Athens is not a good place to watch a game. I've actually been there for a couple Georgia Tech games.
And they players get in trouble because there's nothing to do there except for drink.
Yep, Magnolias, the Buddha Bar, Sandbar, just to name a few.
Tennessee covers. Georgia fans are the worst.
Yeah, Tennessee does cover. I do agree Tennessee covers. And they're halfway respectable. I bet it's a halfway respectable game.
Red Remington says 38-34. That's Georgia has not allowed 20 points, I don't think, this season, but once?
Yeah, who was that against? Florida?
I think so.
And that's a rivalry game, so that's always a toss up.
Yeah.
The funny thing about Georgia fans though is they think that Tennessee's their rival because they don't have any other rival besides Florida. Georgia Tech don't count. That's not how it works. It's kind of like LSU's thinking Auburn or LSU is Alabama. That's a rival game. It's not. Alabama doesn't look at them as a rival game. Nah. But yeah, we lose. What's the spread right now?
Oh,
7.5.
I would say it's more than that.
But you also got to remember, like when I told you earlier, death taxes in Tennessee beating Kentucky football. Mm-hmm. Another one is death taxes, and no matter how good Georgia is, they've never won the national championship because they never have. And they've had some really good teams. Herschel Walker,
and they've been do it. 21 is that what you're saying? The spread is.
I mean, how many? Do you think they do the hobnail boot thing? I guarantee they do.
Oh,
I've heard of
that. The video just keeps reappearing online, and I love it.
I mean, it's he stepped on him on a hobnail boot. What the heck's that?
I love watching the Georgia fans' face when Tennessee with Josh Dobbs and Jawan Jennings. Love it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I turned that game off when that happened because I'm like, dang it. But so the spread's 21. I don't think it's that bad. I think it's gonna be.
Yeah, I don't feel a 21 at ESPN.
I'll give it 42-35.
Ooh.
Georgia, of course. I mean, I think our offense is nobody's spread Georgia out like we're going to, and when you spread people out, they got to be really good at tackling. And I know Georgia's really good at tackling. I'm not saying they're not, but there's a chance that they might mess up a little bit more than they normally would.
Has Georgia faced a 3.8 plays per minute against anyone? Have they faced that?
I mean, they haven't played a good team yet. And I'm not saying even after playing us that they still haven't played a good team yet. They just lucked up this year. You know what I mean? They just.
Well, let's just roll through it. So Clemson was a game of defense, right? Then UAB.
Well, Clemson was supposed to be good, and they ended up stinking. They played Florida, ended up stinking.
UAB, man. South Carolina, Vanderbilt, Arkansas was a 37-0 win. Auburn, which can be rough.
Yeah,
Kentucky, Florida. No, that was a 34-7. The highest scoring game against them,
Auburn,
was Kentucky.
What was that score?
It was 13. Well, South Carolina did too. 13. Kentucky got 13. That's it. Because Florida was only 7 points. South Carolina beat Clemson. That's what Duke said a little bit ago. That it very well could happen. So they really haven't faced a team.
Haven't played anybody, and they're not going to. I mean, Auburn's pretty good, but Auburn's is as streaky as 10-year-old underwear.
So if Tennessee comes out and puts up 28 points in the first, like they're known to do.
It's not going to happen. But let's just
They're
say if.
let they walk away leading the first, just like they did against Alabama,
Mm-hmm.
and they need to continue that. As long as they don't turn the ball over, I think it gets a lot closer than the 21. And
I would prefer to have a shootout. You know what I mean? Like I would prefer for them, like kind of like the Kentucky game. I would like our chances better if they can't stop us, or we just break 75-yard plays a couple times. I mean, I don't care if they hold the ball for 2 hours, and we still win, right? I mean, I don't think there's a chance in the world we win, but we have a better chance in a shootout than we do in a grinding it out. I mean, our running game's got to get better. I mean, is Evans going to be able to make it? Has anybody said?
no, but Jabari Small looked a lot better than Evans, but then
Well,
he
he
was
had
hurt.
he
He's
had more
hurt.
opportunities.
He's hurt. Well, freshman running back that I can't think of his name right now, who ran into Hooker, made him drop the ball. He actually looked good, late in the game when he was put in.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things going through my mind right now, and I'm going to do
And we
something.
have the worst passing defense in the league. By the way,
we do.
You're about to pick Tennessee.
I'm going to pick Tennessee.
You will drink the Kool-Aid more than anybody I know.
I'm sitting here just going through all the there's a lot of things that have to happen for this to work, but I am 41-38 Tennessee. They're going to say
they're going to tear down the goalpost.
They're going to say the number one defense, the number one school, number one program in the country has not had to face anyone with a high-powered offense. And they fell apart.
I mean, so you can. Well, I mean, I guess that Kentucky's defense is considered a really good defense.
Kentucky's defense is a good defense.
Alabama's defense is a really good defense.
Yeah.
Florida's defense at the time.
And you look at when we played Alabama, it was we messed up in the end.
But
I'm just saying it's possible.
Georgia's secondary is probably better than anybody we faced. Obviously, their defense is better, but
we have to give the one thing that's going to change that around drastically is Hooker's got to have time. Hooker on his feet is just not a good thing.
Yeah,
he makes some of the worst decisions I've ever seen as a running quarterback. Yes, and you are right. Mizzou exposed Georgia a little bit. Spread them out. Don't let them change out. Everything that Tennessee's going to do. I'm picking them.
I mean, you'd pick them against anybody.
No. I didn't pick them against Alabama.
Are you sure about that?
Nope. It's right here. Alabama. I picked Alabama. They're going to do it. They're going to give me a Christmas gift since I'm going to be cold and wet.
If some butts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas.
We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Hit you with a couple of these because I did have, like I said, I've got my question. I've got my what if scenario, and I want to get a guest on to do it. No, and you'll love it too. It will never happen, but it's a really awesome what if.
Okay. What if Bobby Boucher shows up at halftime and the Mud Dogs win the Bourbon Bowl?
And the Mud Dogs
win the Bourbon Bowl?
The Bourbon Bowl. I'm going to hit you with just a couple of little questions here. We're hitting that 40-minute mark right now. I'm going to ask you just a couple questions. This is team leaders. Who's leading? Ready? Mississippi. I'm sorry. I just gave that one away. Passing yards was Mississippi State, 33-84. Okay. Rushing yards. Who has it? It's 2,194.
Kentucky.
Arkansas.
That was my second pick. I'm not going to lie. I'm not lying.
I can't give you receiving yards because that's the same as passing. That's so stupid that they put it on here. Sacks with 34.
Georgia?
I knew you were going Georgia, and no.
South
You won't.
Carolina?
No, Ole Miss.
Oh, okay.
And leading in interceptions with 12.
Alabama.
Correct. You can almost always just say Alabama, and you're gonna win something.
Yeah, I think I knew that too.
CFP rankings come out Tuesday night live. That's going to be interesting to see. Number one will stay number one. Number two will stay number two. But it's all around the world from there with this last week's crazy, crazy week in college football. Did you watch
Yeah.
any of it? Any of the just craziness?
I mean, I watched the highlight reel kind of stuff. That's more my speed. Watch
Mm-hmm.
UT play. Watch the SEC, whatever show that's called at the end. Watch the recap that way.
The football final. I like that
Yeah,
one.
football. I like football final, and then I watch the recap normally on Sunday morning of every other game.
Getting praise from Chiswick. I love that.
Yeah, he kind of got screwed at Auburn. He could probably technically still be the coach there. Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
You didn't hit me with the what if though.
I'm not giving you the what if. We're not going to do it. We're going to wait. We're going to hit it next week when you feel better.
What
and
if Peyton Manning comes on the show? Yeah, that'd be cool.
I would love. I wouldn't even know what to say. We'd have to rehearse it.
Hey, Peyton Manning, can you turn that light off your forehead a little bit? It's blinding me.
Oh Lord. All right, guys, we want to thank you for joining us today. Remember that this goes out immediately as a podcast. Share with people whom you know listen to podcasts. Wherever you listen, we are there. As well as social media. Chime in, get involved. We're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all that jazz. Wherever you go to, we are there at Tennessee Fan Talk.
Yep.
Thank you for another week. We'll see you after the Georgia-Tennessee game with Tennessee walking away with a dub. And then we'll see what the following, if Tennessee beats them, do they fall out of the college football playoffs? Do they fall to like number 5?
No, they're not putting. No, I mean they'll fall to 3. They move Alabama 1, Oregon 2, Ohio State or Georgia 3, Ohio State 4. Yep, Cincinnati's they're just the modern day Boise State. Just bottom line, modern day Boise State.